Hello friends, today we're going to be talking about how to start a vacation rental management business. So how do you start a vacation rental property management business? Well, by the end of this video, you're going to have a clear roadmap to launching and growing a profitable vacation rental management business. Imagine turning your love for travel and hospitality into a thriving business that generates passive income and offers amazing experiences to guests around the world. So stick around because this video is going to be packed with valuable insights that you're not going to want to miss. Have you ever wondered what it takes to take a simple property and transform it into an amazing rental? Have you ever been curious about those 5-star reviews and fully booked calendars? I'll reveal insider tips and strategies that successful vacation rental property managers have used to stay ahead of the game and create winning vacation rental property management companies. I'll first dive into what property managers do. Second, I want to talk about the different ways that property managers can serve vacation rentals. And finally, I'll talk about how to start a vacation rental property management business. So what do property managers do and how do they serve the vacation rental property management business? To understand that, we got to look at the two different ways that vacation property management businesses operate. The first one is you have a full service property management company. This is the group that does it all, from the bookings to the guest communication to handling maintenance, and they manage the whole cleaning process from guest turnover. Their goal is to handle everything to take you completely out of it and allow you to have your time. However, there is a difference in pricing. I've seen some vacation rental property management companies that charge anywhere from 10% all the way up to 40%. And you might say, well, what is the difference between that? Why would one charge just a little bit versus almost half of the revenue that comes in from the company? Well, a few of the things that I've seen have to do with how far they have to travel, how far their maintenance or cleaning crews have to travel to get there, and also the competition in the area. What are they charging? We've seen it two different ways. We have two fully serviced property management companies that manage 2 of our 5 vacation rental properties. Our one in Florida, they do an amazing job. They do everything from the guest communication to booking the calendars, and they manage the cleaning process with guest turnover. Now, they only charge 10%, and they're based in Florida, and that's kind of the going rate there, anywhere between 10 to 20%. But we've been working with these guys from the get-go, and they do an amazing job. Whereas in a more rural area, close to Yellowstone National Park, we have a vacation rental property there that charges 25%. Now, they have options that go anywhere from 25 to 30%, all the way up to 35%. If you choose the 35% option, that includes some marketing packages and new photos every year. Also, they will do everything, including paying the bills on a regular monthly basis. Now, outside of a full service property management company, the other one that exists is one that I like to call a half service property management organization. And what do I mean by that? Well, it's just like the name says, they do half of the things that a full service property management company does. They'll do the bookings, but you're in charge of the guest communication, you're in charge of getting the cleaning crews, you're in charge of the maintenance, and you're also in charge of paying the bills, making sure that everything is running smoothly. The whole goal of an organization like this that does half the service is to just get the people in there and get you booked. We've worked with a handful of these type of organizations and they've been great to work with. A few of the things that they have that make the process a little bit smoother is, number one, they have an owner's portal where you can go in, you can look at your calendar, you can see when things are booked, you can see when the calendar is open, and you can also look at all the financial reports to see who they've booked, not just for the current month, but for many months down the road. And just like other property management companies, the costs vary with this one. We've seen it anywhere between 10% up to 25%. Now, the organization that we used to work with in our Blue Ridge cabin close to Blue Ridge, Georgia, was a company called Evolve. They charged 10%. And as I mentioned, they did a great job. However, when we were bringing in gross revenues of $85,000 a year, and we were already doing a lot of the things like getting the cleaners, doing the maintenance, we were doing things to fix up the cabin, and we did all of that, we thought, what if we could just do it where we self-manage the property? That could save us anywhere between $800 to $8,500 every single year. That's dropping more money to our bottom line. Now, there's another organization that does the half management just like Evolve, and it's called Vacasa, and they charge anywhere between 20 to 25%. Now, the difference between Evolve and Vacasa and the 10% to 25%, I couldn't tell you the things that Vacasa does that Evolve doesn't, but I've spoken to Vacasa before, and they claim that they do quite a bit more than Evolve, and that's why they charge a higher percentage than Evolve does. So when we look at the different property managers out there, from a full service to a half service, and if you're looking to start your own property management company, I would say that your best bet is to become a full service property management company. Now, the reason I say that is a lot of times these companies like Evolve or Vacasa, they have systems in place online and they've got pretty advanced software that allow guests to be able to do a lot of different things. And if you're just getting started out, the investment that it would take to get that type of software in place is probably pretty extensive. Where if you're starting as a full service, I think the tools and operations that you'll have at your fingertips are going to be a whole lot easier to get in place versus something where you require some software that allow guests and owners to communicate. And if you become a full service property manager, your whole goal is to serve the vacation rental business and the owners in such a way that you take away all of their problems, all their headaches, right? You're going to do everything so you free up their time. That is the whole goal. That is the whole reason which they would hire you. So everything from the booking, you have to understand as a vacation rental property manager that you have to get bookings. That is the number one thing that property owners will look for. So you've got to understand how to utilize Airbnb, Vrbo, Booking.com, and all the other sites out there that allow you to get in the front of potential vacationers, potential guests in order to get the property booked. You've also got to be the one that communicates with the guests on an ongoing basis. Now, the important thing behind this is you've got to be able to respond quickly. So for example, if a guest is looking to potentially book your cabin or your home versus another one, they're probably asking questions to 2 or 3 different groups out there. And typically what I've seen, if you're able to respond quickly, then the chances of that person booking your place is a lot higher. And you've also got to be able to have a cleaning crew in place to handle all of that, maintenance, repairs, and even getting reviews and feedback. And those need to be positive. Now, obviously, the homeowner, if they're hiring you to do it, they're assuming that you're going to provide a 5-star review for their guests. You've got to think in that type of mindset that says, okay, how can I provide a 5-star experience for my guests? And a lot of times that breaks down to what does the home look like when they arrive? Is everything functional? And how well is the communication between you and the guest? Now that we realize everything that goes into it, let's dive into exactly how to start a vacation rental property management company. I've actually had a few friends that have started a property management company and they've seen a lot of success. Matter of fact, one of my friends who started a vacation rental property management company ended up selling it for a whole lot more than it took for him to get started. It was actually a great investment for him and it ended up paying a big dividend for him in the long run. But here are some things that successful property managers actually do. The most important thing is to have a team in place. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, to be very successful, you've got to have these things in place and have it operating at a very high level. First and foremost, you need a cleaning crew. Now, if you have a well-run, efficient cleaning crew, that is going to be key. For example, many times with a lot of these vacation rentals, you're going to have a same-day turnover. What does that mean? Well, it means that somebody's checking out at 10 a.m. and somebody's checking in at 3 or 4 p.m. So there's a small window to be able to go in there, assess what's been done, and be able to clean the cabin, wash all the sheets, do all the dishes, and to be able to have it looking absolutely spotless and nice for the next guest to check in. And you want that experience when that next guest checks in to be, oh my goodness, this place is amazing, exactly what I saw in the photos, and they're excited about staying there. Another important thing is to have a good handyman or maintenance crew on staff. Now, you don't necessarily have to have them hired by your organization. That could be outsourced, but you need somebody who is reliable because the last thing that a guest wants if they have something that breaks down or is not working at their home or cabin is to have to live with that the whole time of their stay. So having somebody who can run over there quickly and handle an issue, a maintenance issue, is going to be really important. Now, as I mentioned, we have a cabin up in close to Yellowstone, and we had an issue last year with the water, where the water wasn't working. We actually had a plumber that was able to go up there that same night and handle the issue for the guest, so it didn't end up being such an issue for them, leaving us a bad review. And obviously, you need maintenance crews to be able to mow the lawns, or if you live in an area where it snows a lot, to be able to get the snow plowed on a regular basis, and even maintaining like a hot tub, jacuzzi. That is important too, because I've had guests that have shown up at our place before where there's been a little bit of dirt or the water seems cloudy and they're not very happy about that, but we've had somebody go up there, usually same day or next day, to be able to drain that, fill it back up and get it functioning. Another thing that you need to do if you're going to start your own vacation rental property management company is to be able to have a good understanding of what it takes to write good copy. You want to catch people's attention. So if you're posting these on sites where people are going to book your home or cabin or the home or cabin of your guest, you're going to want it to stand out, which brings me to another point, which is you need great pictures. Hire a professional photographer. If you have great copy, great pictures, and people are scanning and looking at these sites like Airbnb or Vrbo, that is what stands out for these individuals. So great photographer, great copywriting is going to lead to more booked nights. And finally, and probably one of the most important things, is somebody who can consistently and effectively communicate with the guests. From them booking the home initially, all the way to getting a 5-star review. If you can do that, you're going to be successful as a vacation rental property manager. Now, these are things that I've seen that have helped individuals get started and run successful vacation rental property management organizations. Now, I'd be interested in what you've done or what you've seen that's really stood out for you. So please comment below. Let's engage in a dialogue. And as always, I have a free gift for you. It's my vacation rental property calculator that you put in all the numbers. You put in the rents, the expenses, and it spits out to you whether it's a good deal or not. Just click on the link below, aaronsfreetraining.com. Thanks for stopping by. Have an amazing day.